Hi, welcome back to Dr. Karen's Math Hacks. Today I'm going to show you how to rearrange equations to get what you want out of it. It's often called solving for some particular variable. Let's take a look. All right, let's look at an equation. We have y equals mx minus 1 squared plus b. It's a variation of the equation of a line. All right, how do we solve this equation for x? All right, there's lots of stuff going on in this, but there's a series of steps that you want to take. You remember the order of operations: parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, adding, and subtracting. All right, well, I like to write that like this: multiplication and division, adding and subtracting, because adding and subtracting is actually the same thing. Subtracting is just adding a negative number. And the same is true with multiplication and division. They're the same thing. Division is just multiplying by a fraction. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to use this, and we're going to go backwards. Okay? Let's move this over here. All right, so we're starting at this end. First, we look for adding and subtracting that we can do. All right. Well, we've got subtracting here, but that's inside the parentheses, so we have to wait on that one. But we have this one here. So we want to get rid of that b. So we're going to subtract b from both sides. So we have y minus b equals mx minus 1 squared. All right. So we've done as much getting rid of the adding and subtracting as we can. Now, multiplying and dividing. Well, we have this m multiplied times our parenthesis, right? So we can do that one next. We're going to divide both sides by m. Y minus b over m equals x minus 1 squared. All right. Now comes the exponent. We got an exponent on this, right? It's a square. So that means we need to take the square root of both sides. So we have square root y minus b over m equals x minus 1. All right, almost done. Now we've just got the parentheses. What's going on in the parentheses? So we're going to add 1 to both sides. So we get x equals 1 plus square root y minus b over m. So we can find this by doing the order of operations backwards. And that makes sense because if you're untying a knot, you're doing the exact same things as tying a knot, but backwards. Okay? So taking it apart is the same as going forward, but in the opposite direction. Let's look at another one. Y equals a over x minus b plus c. All right. So we go the opposite direction. So first we have our adding and subtracting. We've got adding here and subtracting here. But this is a quantity. So we put parentheses around it. You can put parentheses around it as long as doing so does not change the value. All right? So now we've just got the c. So let's subtract c from both sides. Y minus c equals a over x minus b. All right? Now multiplying and dividing. This is on the bottom, right? The quantity x minus b is on the bottom. So we need to multiply by that quantity and then divide by this quantity. Essentially, we're swapping places on these two. So we've got x minus b equals a times y minus c. All right, now the parentheses are the only thing on this side, so we can get rid of those. And add our b in there. X equals a y minus c plus b. Okay, so we did our adding and subtracting here, and we did our multiplying and dividing here. And then we did our parentheses here. We didn't have any exponents this time. All right? How about one more? Y squared equals 2x squared minus 6. All right? So first, we've got the adding and subtracting. That's our 6, right? Y squared plus 6 equals 2x squared. All right? Now we divide. All right? We're dividing by 2 to get rid of that. Y squared plus 6 over 2 equals x squared. Okay, so this was adding and subtracting. And this was multiplying and dividing. So now we've got this. And we're up to the exponents. Okay, we've got x squared, but we also have y squared. But you know what? The y squared doesn't matter. We don't care. All right? All we care about is the things that are attached to the x squared. Attached to the x, because that's what we're solving for. Everything else can stay the same. Okay? So now we take the square root of that. So we have x equals square root y squared plus 6 over 2. All right. So there can be adding and subtracting or multiplying and dividing of things, but unless it's attached to this x, we don't care. If you found this video useful, please consider liking, sharing, or subscribing. In addition, if you want this information in a way that you can have for your very own, check out my book on Amazon. See the link below.